Hey, bro. A little bit less hectic of an episode for me. Uh, yeah. Um, Sorry for the weird sideways thing that was going on in mine. I was so panicked about trying to get it in on time that I didn't really have time to redo it after I saw that. So, um, if you could do me a favor and rewatch it, even though it was sideways, and let me know what you think about what I said in it. You didn't respond at all to it. Except for the your mouth just now getting your taste back. Um, yeah. So the D&D thing, right? Before I answer your question, I'm going to tell you about a little bit about what was going on in ours. I don't think she'll mind too terribly much because it was really annoying her, but we called it quits for one night because mom felt like she was doing the work, all the talking, all the role play, everything was going from her through her. Now she's a black feather, so they went kind of like Percy, really. They went back and dealt with her family, and because of that, the other two didn't want to do anything really like monumental while they were there because it was her moment, you know. So she got real mad though because they weren't doing much talking wise. They weren't doing any role play kind of stuff. In her mind, that was too much to go off of. Now, I disagree because the others had done things in other times, and Sydney was in a brand new character that week who couldn't really talk a lot, who didn't really talk a lot, and that was one of Mom's biggest things was it's really convenient for them to have her be the only person talking. But before they both lost their characters, they had characters who talked a bit, but Sydney's biggest thing is she doesn't usually talk. And I know you're watching, sis, so but she doesn't really talk in real life very much. She's very shy, very quiet, unless she's around very, very good friends and people that she knows and that kind of thing. So in D&D, it makes sense that her characters that she plays are also just as quiet, closeted, and stuff like that. So Nick, on the other hand, he has played D&D before, so he knows a lot of how it works, and he's played a lot of video games, so he knows how, like, kind of the cues that I lay down. But he doesn't want to be the one who like shoves them in certain directions. So he has played characters who sit more in the background and do other things. Like right now, he's playing a lizard folk barbarian, and so he doesn't have much to say for most of the role play stuff. But yeah, so there was some issues going on with mine. Back to yours though. Do I think you're in the wrong? No, I mean watch like for multitasking, watch Critical Role. Matt will sit there for 3 hours for Tiberius to do his shopping trip, and Grog and Scanlan, he finds out what they're doing. Like in the very first two, like one or two episodes, Grog and Scanlan go to a house of lady favors, and the rest of the group does each different things. Like Percy and Keyleth stay in the inn. Vax and Vex go off and do some stuff. Tiberius goes off and does his own thing. Like he splits them all, and that does make the storyline slow way down. But you do need to make sure that you're not spending too much time with one person, and that's why I had to kind of analyze about. That's why I told you my story about what I was doing because Shadow. Sorry about that. He was scratching at his ear, and he was gonna hurt himself. Um, because I had to make sure that I wasn't giving Mom all the attention in the group. But Nick's character and Nick at this point just wants to fight, you know? So unless there's a fight going on, he doesn't really have much else to say. And Sydney's new character is their little kobold rogue who usually stays quiet and because he was an NPC, let the group make the decisions. So staying true to the character, Sydney did the same. I don't think you're in the wrong. I think you need to hear what your player is saying, and it's valid. I mean, it's what his opinion is, so it's valid, but he also kind of needs to take a step back, I think, and realize that there is more than just one thing going on, and if you choose to do something, realize that it's going to take time. So, by what you told me, it should take a little while. Just make sure you don't make it take ridiculous amount of time, is my advice to you, unless it's something that takes really, really long. That's about it. I'm running low on time, so that's all for me today, and I will see you tomorrow.